Now that the IBPS clerk prelims exam is over for everybody, let's take a look at the expected cutoff. Now, remember, this is only a guess, a hypothesis based on the data that we have currently. So I may be way off. Don't worry and prepare for mains. That is always going to help you. So with that said, let's take a look at the IBPS clerk prelims expected cutoff. Hi, this is Shupriyo. Now remember that any kind of analysis that we are doing for the IBPS clerk prelims examination, we have to remember that no analysis that all of us are doing on YouTube, you'll be finding lots of videos. None of them can be 100% accurate because the data that we have, it is not the full data. So nobody has the data of the total number of students and exact attempts and all the things, but this is all from what we have collected from our personal sources. So the first thing is the normalization due to the non-uniform shifts. Now, we found out that in IBPS clerk 2020 examination, there were many shifts which were much more difficult than the other shifts. And some shifts, they had long calculative questions in the quant section. Some had a little trickier options in the English as well. And even reasoning in some shifts was a tad more difficult. So remember that that's always going to play into it, and normalization will be changing your own attempts. You might be seeing that when the final result will actually be coming out. So remember that. And I feel that a lot of people are still in a confusion about normalization, and perhaps it makes sense for me to make a video explaining normalization. Maybe. Do you think it's required? Maybe I'll make something if required. But just remember that if you are scoring among the higher scorers of your own shift, then some marks will be added to your marks in the shift that is actually undergoing some normalization. So that is how it actually works. Your marks, they don't magically increase, they are actually increased by a very scientific method. And that's why I always say that keep your accuracy very high and don't make any kind of silly mistakes, and don't guess randomly your questions. So that's going to play a vital role. And about the past trends for the IBPS clerk examination, now I'll just show you this picture. So this has some significance because we can get an idea from the past trends as well. So back in 2019-20, about 9.91 lakh people had actually applied for the IBPS clerk examination. So this was the actual application that they had received, but ultimately 6.65 lakh people had finally given the examination. So this is what the data was for last year, and this year I feel that it's going to be a slightly lesser value because we have had the pandemic, and many people, they did not go for the examination, and there were many issues that actually prevented people from applying even. And so this figure, it won't be going down very much, but it will be lesser than the previous year's figure. So it's important to note that, because once you see the differences and you see that almost 10 lakh people had applied, but ultimately just over 6.5 lakh people actually sat for the exam. So many people, they do not sit for the examination because of various types of things, and some people, they have multiple applications, etc, etc. So these things always you have to keep in your mind when you are just analyzing all these things. And the thing that you have to understand is that last year we had over 12,000 vacancies, right? Over 12,000 vacancies were there. This year it's about 2,500 it has crossed now, and it is actually expected to increase by quite a lot. So remember that fact, that the vacancies, although they are going to increase, it's not going to be equivalent to the last year. We are going to have reduced vacancies this year, and that is a fact that nobody can change that. So these past trends for IBPS clerk are very important. And now coming to your attempts, so I ran some polls in my channel, and you'll find these here. So basically over 4,000 people actually voted in these polls, and I was actually surprised to see that the 80 plus the 80 plus attempts are actually the highest, and I have actually done some calculations, and I found that over 1,500 people, they voted for that 80 plus, and from 70 to 79 we had just about over 1,400 people. So if you combine both these things, then above 70, the figure that you have, out of over 4,000 people that had voted, over 3,000 people have attempted more than 70 marks. So this is very important, 70 or greater than 70 marks. So that is over 3000 people, and that is quite a lot for this examination. So this does suggest that most of the shifts, they were not that difficult, even though some were a little bit more difficult. And the rest 1000 people, they were distributed in the various other categories that you can see on the screen. So I have also talked with other people as well about their experiences with this examination, and I came to know about a few things that helped me to analyze what the final expected cutoff could actually arrive at. And just remember that attempts, they are not the whole story. Attempts only say half the story. The most important thing to remember is the accuracy level, and that really is the game changer over here. And so some factors that you have to remember, it is that even though now the vacancies are quite less, but they are expected to double, and they are expected to go up quite a lot, because many banks, they have not declared their vacancies. There are some joinings that are going on, and there'll be different kinds of things declared at a later date. So by January and maximum by February, we are going to know about that. So before your results will come out, there is a chance of the vacancies increasing by quite a lot, and this will definitely have an impact in the final cutoff, and also the people that are selected for the mains examination. And you also have to remember that this is a crazy year, and anything is possible, and we have seen that all the rules have been broken, and so for the cutoffs as well, the same thing is going to happen. So after taking into consideration all of these things, the expected cutoff that I feel for this year's IBPS clerk prelims examination, it will be ranging from 65 marks to about 75 marks. So this is going to be the range for most of the states, 65 to 75. Now many people, they are actually predicting a higher cutoff, but I feel that because of the various factors that I told you, the cutoff, it's not going to be that higher, and it should be in this range. That's what I assume. I may be wrong, but this is just what my analysis tells me. And also I would like to tell you something. It is about some states which will actually, and which might actually have a higher cutoff. So some states like that are Delhi, Chandigarh, Jharkhand, Odisha, Rajasthan, Haryana, Uttarakhand, Madhya Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, and West Bengal. So all these states, they will have a tendency to reach the higher end of the scale, and they can also go beyond 75 marks for the cutoff. So that's what I expect for these states, because usually the competition is higher over here, and the vacancies also, the trend of the cutoffs over the years has been such that we can think that these are the states that are going to see a higher number, a higher figure of the cutoff. And there are some states which are expected to get a lesser level of the cutoff. So these are Assam, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, and Telangana. So these four states, they are going to have one of the lowest cutoffs. So the lower end of this range, and even below 65, it is actually possible for these states. So that is what I want to leave you with. And all the other states that you have, they can go anywhere in that range that I told you. So I don't want to just mention them one by one. You get the drift of the average scores that I expect for the different states that we have. And IBPS clerk, it's actually very difficult to predict the cutoff because of so many state-wise variations, but I have done my best in my analysis that I gave you, and I may be wildly wrong, so take that with a grain of salt. What I want to say is that you have to prepare for mains. Just go ahead and prepare for your mains examination. Do not wait for somebody to actually give you the result and then you are going to start. No, don't think like that, because right now in front of you, you have your SBI PO examination. You also have the supplementary examinations if you are sitting for them, and after that it's going to be only mains, and your preparation, it's never going to be wasted. There is a lot of time. Remember this year I expect that the mains cutoff will actually increase quite a lot. And remember this is because there is a lot of gap between the prelims examination and the mains examination. So many people, they are going to get a lot longer to prepare for this examination. Make your preparation very, very strong. That's all always going to help you. Just get a good mock test. You can get one that I have recommended in the links down below. Join my Telegram channel and keep following the updates that I provide over there. I hope that you learned something from this video and that it was beneficial to you. If you enjoyed it, please like it and share it with your friends. And if you want to see more of this kind of content, please click on the subscribe button and do not forget to click the bell icon so that you, my friend, do not miss any future update. I'll see you in the next video.